This is James Lupton for Round 8 Boxing. Delighted to be joined with Khaleel Majid. Khaleel, hi, mate.
Good, thanks. And yourself?
Yeah, very good, thank you. Obviously, fight week, fight night's fast approaching. Let's start off with your routine on fight week. What's it like for you now, as we're closing in on the date?
Um, Fight week, I kind of stick to the same thing what I've been doing for training camp. Obviously, the training won't be as intense, but I keep the same routine till tomorrow. Was it Wednesday tomorrow? And then obviously the weigh-in Friday, and then Saturday we fight.
For you, in terms of the emotions, whether it be excitement, whether it be nerves, whether it be a bit of pressure, does that sort of gain more traction the closer you get, or again, is that sort of same all the way throughout, or do you not really suffer from those at all?
I mean, I don't really go too much into that. I just focus on preparing the best I can, and I let the rest take care of it on fight night.
Talk to me about your preparation, obviously, with Buddy McGirt, great trainer. What's it been like to work with somebody like Buddy who's been there and done it as well as a fighter?
Yeah, it's an honor, truly an honor. I've been with Buddy, I think, just over 2 years now, I believe. It's a pleasure training with him, and I just feel like we're not even scratching the surface yet at this moment.
Obviously, Buddy's been in there as a trainer as well as a fighter with the biggest names in boxing, over the last few decades. You go back to your Gattis and being involved in fights like Gatti Ward trilogy at higher stages. So he really does bring that experience to any fighter and the knowledge as well that he brings. What's it like, not just in terms of ring craft, but just learning from Buddy as well away from the ring? What's that like?
It's amazing. I mean, every day in the gym, you're picking up something new. I mean, just I think the last my last fight previously, 4 or 5 weeks ago, I was training with Callum Smith, and I'm just watching him and I'm watching Buddy. The instructions, the little small details, the minute details, and it plays a massive part in the fight. That 1% makes a massive difference.
No, absolutely, it does. Let's take us back a little bit, Khalil. Tell me about your early days in boxing. Why did you start boxing? Do you remember your first day in the gym?
Yeah, I was a chubby kid. I remember my dad used to do Muay Thai just to keep fit, and I was quite chubby, and I remember I went to the gym just to lose some weight, and I just fell in love with the sport. And then I believe you can't compete until you was 11. I remember when I was 11, I had my first. You needed two fights to enter a championship, and I remember just having two fights in my own gym actually. I fought on the Friday, and I fought the following Friday, and then I went to the championship with schoolboys, and I got straight to the national finals, and ever since then, just kicked on.
Is that when you sort of knew you had a bit of talent?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know myself because I was only like 10, 11. But you hear from other people like this kid can go far. But they say it's easy doing it as a kid, but when you get to like a certain level, then that's when it gets difficult. So I've stuck to my craft, and I'm here now.
For you, when did it start to get difficult? When did you notice the levels start changing?
I mean, good question. I believe around 17, 18. I mean, a lot of people mature quicker than others. I remember as a youth, some people just more mature than I was at that time, physically. And I remember so my dad didn't put me in the seniors because I wasn't mature and I wasn't physically strong because you're fighting grown men. So I took the year out, and I remember just going around to different gyms, sparring, learning. And I was actually sparring professionals, and then that's when the kind of turn happened and realised how much you got to improve and evolve as a fighter.
What would you say was the biggest turning point for you in your career? Whether it be, recognizing something about yourself, your heart, your desire, your character, or something in your ability, or it could be something that somebody said to you that's stuck with you a long way.
I feel like the biggest thing for me is I've never give up. Like the amount of setbacks I've had in my career. I mean, I've had the highest of highs and I've also had the lowest of lows. Even though my name's not fully out there yet, I mean, 2023 was a big year for myself in my boxing career. And 2024, it came crashing down. But I'm here now, thanks to God. And 2025 is where I push on and, God willing, make my name in the boxing world.
What is it about yourself that continues to push through adversities? You've, like you mentioned, you've had year out here and there, you've had injuries, whatever else. Why do you continue pushing? It could be a lot easier to go, do you know what? It's politics, whatever else, easy to walk away. Why, for you, is this your calling and your destiny?
I think it's all I've ever done. It's all I've ever known. I mean, I've been very fortunate where I've always boxed. My dad's always pushed me into boxing. And I believe it's something I'm good at. And I've come too far now to just let it go and just quit. I mean, it's easy to quit, but Like I said, nobody remembers a quitter. Everyone has a story, so you just have to be the best version of yourself and keep showing up. That's the hardest. Keep showing up.
Mitch, 2023 was a big year for you. You know, you had a breakout fight, Tom Farrell stopping him in the sixth round on an Eddie Hearn matchroom boxing show. And I think we all expected you to kick on from there and really expected impressive things from you. And as you mentioned, 2024 wasn't the best year for yourself. Just talk to me about dealing with frustrating times.
I mean, I'm always grateful to Matchroom. Eddie Hearn, Frank Smith. They was the first ones that really give me an opportunity. So I'm always going to be grateful to Matchroom and the whole staff that was great to me. But 2024, it didn't plan out. It's just boxing. I think it was a bit of miscommunication. Obviously, I got injured and then my mum was unwell, unfortunately. But I just don't think it was my time then. I mean, after 2023, I ended on a high, but maybe I wasn't ready for what was to come. And it's just God's time, and I just believe it's my time now. I've matured physically and mentally as well, so I'm ready for kickstart the year in good fashion.
How big a part does that play in your career in terms of your mentality? You mentioned there God's timing. You know, they say it's never wrong, it's never early, it's never late, it's always on time. Tell me about your mentality.
My mentality's always been strong, regardless. Even when I've been down, it's always been strong. But I just feel like sometimes it's not in our hands; it's in the upper hand above, and we just have to just be like I said, you just have to be the best version of yourself and keep showing up, and just keep trying. I mean, if you keep trying, to say you've got to keep kicking the door down, and you've got to boot the door down. That's all you can keep doing.
Are you a religious man? Does faith play a big part in your life, in your career?
I mean, I'm no preacher, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I believe in God. Yeah.
Do you feel that, you know, a lot of fighters will turn, you know, say their faith helps them through their career? Is it something that helps you at all? Or
Yeah, of course, massively. I mean, especially when you're bored in a room in America by yourself, you're lonely. Obviously, you have your prayer mat, and it gets you through the training camp, no doubt.
you mentioned about America and training over there. So you've done a little camp with Hamza Shiraz over there a few years back, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of differences between camp in England and a camp in America, the sparring, etc., the mentalities as well. What's the biggest difference for you that you gained from training out in America?
I mean, I'm grateful for Hamza for letting me go out with him to experience the training camp out there for the first time. Yeah, it was difficult training camp. Really and truly speaking, I was a lot tougher than I expected, and the sparring was a lot harder as well. But I feel like it's all character building because when you come back here, you kind of be like, how do I say it now? You kind of levels above normal position, if that makes sense. So it does play a part, definitely.
It's funny you say because a lot of people say the same sort of thing when they've gone out to America and sparred and done camp over there. It's a dog eat dog mentality over there. It's almost a war every time you get into sparring. It's not necessarily a case of learning. It's almost a fight every time you get in the ring over there, and you do come back a different fighter with a different mindset. And like you say, almost sets you in good stead going forward when you're doing your catch back over here again.
I'll tell you a story. The first spar I had with Buddy, I remember he goes, "Chloe, you sparring this guy's same weight as you." And I got in the ring with him, and I was like, this guy's definitely bigger than me. But I just seen the size of him, he was massive. And he actually, like, I'm not afraid to say, it, beat the living shit out of me, like, battered me. And I remember the following week I sparred him again, and it was a different story. But I feel like that was character building because before I went to Buddy, he wanted to give me a trial, and he said a lot of people come over and then, they can't handle it. And I'm thankful and grateful that I did. I was able to get through it, and here we are now.
Absolutely, and obviously you mentioned fight night on Saturday.
Yeah,
Undefeated fighter in the opposite corner to you as well. You're 14 and 0, Alex Murphy 13 and 0. Bit of a local rivalry as well. This fight's got all the ingredients for a great domestic dust-up, really, isn't it?
yeah, it's a great fight. I mean, Alex is a good fighter. He's 13 and 0. I'm 14 and 0. So it's going to be a good fight. Local derby. I've got over 1,000 people coming, so I just want to massively thank them for supporting me. I fought 5 weeks ago, they turned out, and I'm fighting 5 weeks after, so I'm forever in debt to them.
Activity key for you after your injuries?
Absolutely.
And obviously, big platform as well. You know, Frank Warren, it's on their first DAZN show as well. DAZN seems to be clearing up all the massive promoters at the minute, so they're getting all the boxing. So there's a lot of eyes on this, and it's a massive opportunity for yourself. Do you realise the opportunity in front of you?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm grateful to Queensbury and Frank for giving me an opportunity on the show, and I'm going to take it with both hands.
For those who haven't seen you, what can I expect from you Saturday night?
An explosive performance.
Fantastic. And hopefully it's your next stepping stone to bigger and better things as well. And I hope to
Hopefully.
see you back on the big screen again after this fight. Khalil, thank you for your time and all the best Saturday night, mate.
Well, thank you. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Anytime. Thank you.